This is kind of giving me like Mardi Gras, like peacock, even like original Charlotte Hornets.
Hey for everybody. Welcome to Hollywood, baby.
Picture.
Let's
not even talk about it.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Cece, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you'll stay, subscribe, and become a part of the Fashionceesta family. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. My hair is different. I am wearing a custom closure unit from Bon Vivant Tresses. I did use the raw straight hair, a 14-inch closure in two 14-inch bundles, which I've obviously chopped into this messy bob that I have going on right now. These curls were achieved using my flat iron as well as my wand for some of the pieces. So yes, let's go ahead and just jump into the tutorial. Of course, as always, all products will be listed down below in the description bar. And if you guys have any questions, let's go ahead and chop it up in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video.
All right, kids, let's get into this. If I sound a little dry, it's because this is the umpteenth time that I've recorded this voiceover. So the first shade I'm going to be using from the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette is Zulu. I'm using my Morphe M433 brush, or M443. I'll have the correct numbering down in the description box below. But I am using that brush along with Zulu to define my crease. I start by concentrating the most color on that outer third, and then slowly but surely building that color up into my crease. So that way when I cut the crease like I did on my right eye is actually on the left for you guys. But I am blending it so that way when I cut the crease on my lid, you guys can still see that color, and the blue has something to actually play off of. And as you guys can see, the more that I start to pat Zulu into the crease, the deeper the shade becomes. And yeah, like I really love the effect of just layering this one color. I think that this will be a great everyday shadow as well. But yeah, we're going to go to a blank brush, which is my Morphe M441, and it's a more fluffier brush. And I'm going to use that to just diffuse any harsh lines or edges and blend everything out. The next shade I'm using from the Masquerade palette is the shade Ada. Ada is a more rich brown, I guess that's what you would call it. And I'm just using that to basically blend in the same areas, but maybe just a smidge down from where I placed Zulu, so it helps create that gradient effect. And then as always, once I make sure I have my color exactly where I want it to be at, I take that Morphe M441 brush and I blend out even more. Now, my NYX eyeshadow base is what I'll be using to cut the crease. It is so bomb. I use this to prime my lid. It definitely makes sure that all the shadow stays in place, and it gives a good foundation for the shadows to have something to stick to. Now, once I cut my crease, I like to go back in with the shades I placed in my transition color, which were Zulu and Ada, mix them together on my e.l.f. brush, and basically I just kind of pat that into the outer third and then blend that back out with my Morphe M443 brush. Again, so that way everything creates a smooth transition, and you want to have something for the blue to fall into so it's not just sitting there on the lid. And then next, I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer. Before that, you guys just saw me kind of like straightening up the cut crease, but I'm popping out over my lid. This is very great for helping products decrease fallout. Unfortunately, Juvia's Place does have a lot of fallout, specifically this palette. So regardless of, you know, me priming, I still had some fallout with this blue. The blue, which is the star of the show. Sorry, I was supposed to tell you guys the name of it. It's Zola. And I think this blue is so beautiful. It's so popping and it's so pigmented. That's one thing I can say about Juvia's. These shadows be popping, okay? Now with that outer third, I'm going to go ahead and layer Fulani, which is like a dark brown shade. And then I'm going to go in with my Morphe Boss Babe palette and using this Plum. It's in the shade Transformer. This palette is also really nice as well, but I'm using that to just deepen the crease. And then as always, once I apply the color, you want to use that same Morphe M443 brush and blend everything out. And basically I'm just going back into Zola, making sure everything meshes well. Back on the brush with Transformer, and pretty much just going back and forth with the shadows and making sure that everything looks good. As you guys can see, you still see me fixing my eyeshadow, trying to make sure everything is popping. And then I'm using Zulu on my lower lash line, so that way when I put my mascara on, it's not just like, you know, blank eye. And then of course, what would a look be for me without an inner corner highlight? I'm using Dahia or Dahia, however you pronounce it, and placing that into my inner corner, and then using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Dark Deep to blend out and dust out any powder left on my lid. I'm using my Nicka K lip liner in the shade Plum. I'm using that to line my lips. These are the retractable pencil, not like the cocoa one that you guys are used to seeing me use. And then I'm using Russian Roulette, or I think it's just Roulette, by Colored Raine. If you guys are OGs to this channel, you guys know how I feel about Colored Raine liquid lipsticks. They are so bomb. So yeah, that's what I'm using for my lips. And of course, as always, I got carried away and I had lipstick out of place. So I used some of my foundation to basically carve out my lip and to give a more crisp appearance. So that's what you guys see me doing, using my foundation shade, and then of course going back in with my concealer brush to blend everything out to make sure that it's like no weird harsh line in my lips, on my face. Next, one of my favorite highlighters, this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in, what is it? It's Shaft of Gold. It was a collection. I'm not sure. Well, MAC doesn't carry. I want to say it was a collectible item. I don't know where you can find something that looks like this, but this highlighter is bomb. So you guys see me hitting all the highest points of my face, and I'm going to town with this highlighter. Like I said, I love this highlighter so much. It's so bomb. So good. And then I'm using my bronzer, which is my fave, the CoverGirl Ebony bronzer, and that's pretty much it for the products, guys.
Yeah, guys, so this completes the look. This is once again out of my comfort zone. Y'all know I don't really do too many bright colors, but I'm loving this. This is kind of giving me like Mardi Gras, like peacock, even like original Charlotte Hornets vibes. You know, I am a Carolina girl, so Charlotte Hornets, even though they're not my team, but you know, hometown, whatever. So this is definitely, you know, well, maybe this is actually serving a little bit of, you know, Charlotte Hornet vibes, you know, dance team, holla at me if y'all need a makeup artist while your girl is still kind of in between cities. Hit me up. I'm available. Makeup is my full-time job now. But nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed this look, don't forget to thumbs up, share, subscribe, show your family and friends. And as always, my social media will be down below. Don't forget to follow me. Let's chat up in the comments, tweet me. I'm usually very, very good at responding. I mean, I literally have like 1,000+ subscribers, so it really shouldn't be that hard for me to respond to y'all. We're being very humble and very modest. But nonetheless, I love you guys. I will see you all in my next video. And yeah, I'm out.